called Yoko and is about a little girl that used to live in Asia. Remember that yellow continent we just talked about earlier? She used to live in Asia, but she doesn't live there anymore. She lives where we live now. And she goes to school. And when she goes to school, she takes her lunchbox, and in her lunchbox, she packs a food that she loves so much called sushi. Now we know what sushi looks like and what it tastes like, right? Because we tried it. She takes sushi to lunch every day in her lunchbox because that was her favorite lunch in Asia. But in Michigan, where she goes to school now, some of the kids aren't used to eating sushi or seeing sushi, and they make some pretty bad choices with their words. They say, ew, gross, yuck. Is that a nice thing to say about somebody else's food? No. Especially if you've never tried it before, right? How do you know you don't like it? So let's see what happens in this story called Yoko. Here is the title page, and you can see Yoko has got her chopsticks in her hands. We know that that's not always an easy way to eat your food.
She knows how to eat her food.
She does, because she's practiced.
But she's a cat.
I know.
Does she still live?
This is a fiction story, which means it's not real, but something like this might have happened to somebody else. So the story starts like this. Mom says, "What would you like for lunch today, my little cherry blossom?" Yoko said, "All my favorite things, please." She's packing her lunch for school. Yoko's mother spread steamed rice on a bamboo mat. She rolled up a secret treasure inside of each piece. Then she packed it all in a willow-covered cooler. So see how she has the rice out and she puts like the cucumber and the fish on the rice, and then she rolls it up into a roll, and then she would take the knife and cut it into pieces, and she put it right into Yoko's lunchbox. "Have a wonderful day at school, my little cherry blossom," said Yoko's mother. "I will," said Yoko. So off to school she goes. Yoko said hello to all her friends. Everyone in Mrs. Jenkins's class sang the good morning song. At noon, Mrs. Jenkins rang the lunch bell. "Lunch boxes open, please, boys and girls," said Mrs. Jenkins. Timothy unwrapped a peanut butter and honey sandwich. Valerie had cream cheese and jelly. Fritz had a meatball grinder, which is like a meatball sub. Tulip had Swiss cheese on rye bread. Hazel had egg salad on pumpernickel bread. Doris had squeezed cheese on white bread. And the Franks had Franks and beans, which are hot dogs and beans. Everybody had something very different, didn't they? And there are some things that some of these kids are eating that I've never tried before. I don't know if I would like them yet. Do you think it's a good idea for me to say that something is yucky if I haven't even tried it?
Yeah.
Not a good idea.
Yucky are yummy. Only rice.
Yoko opened the willow-covered cooler. Inside was her favorite sushi. Tucked in the rice rolls were the crispiest cucumbers, the pinkest shrimp, the greenest seaweed, and the tastiest tuna fish. "What's in your lunch?" asked one of the Franks. "Ick, it's green, it's seaweed." Ew. How do you think that made Yoko feel? That made
I
Yoko
think he tried kiwi and he didn't like it.
I don't know that. "Oh no," said the other Frank. "Don't tell me that's raw fish." "Watch out, it's moving," said Doris. "Yuckarama," said Tulip and Fritz. Valerie blew the playtime whistle. Everybody out, said Valerie. But look at Yoko's face. How does she feel after everybody said words about her lunch that were very nice?
Sad.
Sad, because she likes those things. Oh, Yoko did not want to play ball or swing on the swings. What's wrong, Yoko? Said Mrs. Jenkins. Everybody laughed at my lunch, answered Yoko. They'll forget about it by snack time, said Mrs. Jenkins. But they didn't. During the snack time song, Yoko opened a thermos of red bean ice cream. Red bean ice cream is for weirdos, snorted the Franks. Oh no, how do you think that made Yoko feel? I can't believe they called her a weirdo. That's not nice. Mrs. Jenkins switched to the friendly song because they were not being very good friends right then. Mrs. Jenkins knew the friendly song was not enough. Late into the evening, she fretted about Yoko. Finally, the answer came to her. I'm going to have a party at school. So she sent home a note that said, Dear parents, Monday will be International Food Day, food from around the world. At Hilltop School, everyone is asked to bring in a dish from another continent. From Africa or Asia or South America or North America or Australia or Europe. And everyone must try a bite of everything. Oh boy. So Yoko's mom said, we will make a deluxe sushi for the whole class. Don't worry, my little cherry blossom. Everyone will try our sushi and everyone will love it. I hope that happens. On Monday morning, Valerie and her mother carried in a plate of enchiladas. That's like tacos.
Oh, I love enchiladas.
Timothy and his mother made Caribbean coconut crisps. That's from South America. Hazel brought Nigerian nut soup from Africa. Harry brought Brazil nuts from South America. Doris brought Irish stew from Europe. Tulip brought potato knishes from Europe. Monica brought a pitcher of mango smoothies from South America. And Fritz brought spaghetti from Europe. Big Frank cooked up a pot of Boston Franks and beans from North America, hot dogs and beans. So everything was different and from another continent.
Yeah, I love noodles. Where's that chicken?
Hold on. At noon, Mrs. Jenkins rang the lunch bell and everyone sang the Clean Hands song. What does World Food Day mean to us, boys and girls? Asked Mrs. Jenkins. Try everything, said everyone. When Valerie blew the playtime whistle, there was not a nibble of nuts or a sip of smoothie left. But no one had touched even one piece of Yoko's sushi. How do you think that made Yoko feel? Nobody even tried her sushi. Aww. Yoko sat under the learning tree. Suddenly, she heard that clickety-clack of chopsticks. It was Timothy. He was still hungry. Oh boy.
He's trying it.
He is. Let me show you how, said Yoko, and she showed him how to hold the chopsticks, because we know that's not so easy. Timothy polished off the rest of the crab cones his own way. He took it in his hand and he tossed it into his mouth. Can we have sushi again tomorrow, he said. I'll ask my mother, answered Yoko. Does she look happy?
Yeah.
She's got a smile on her face now because her friend tried her food and really liked it. During the school bus song, Timothy found a coconut crisp in his pocket. He gave it to Yoko. "It's even better than red bean ice cream," said Yoko. On the bus, Timothy and Yoko made plans to push their desks together and open a restaurant the very next day. And they did. They ordered tomato sandwiches and dragon rolls. For dessert, they had brownies with green tea ice cream, and they couldn't have asked for anything more. See, wasn't that nice that he made good choices and actually tried the food that was different and liked it, and he made a really good friend too. Yeah.
And then he's going to eat every day.
That was nice, and I'm glad you guys tried sushi today. Even if you don't like it yet, I'm glad you tried something new. That